Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 20 Sides of Failure. Terribly sorry about last week. I, unfortunately, was under Servetta, and it was not. Why is that what I see right now over there? Hang on. There we go. I was under the weather. I didn't feel good, so unfortunately, I just couldn't play. So we're here today, though. So we're going to meet the people, the peoples of the peoples of the players, because that's what we do at the beginning of every session. Unfortunately, we are missing one. It is our lovely Arabella Avalon. It is our elven sorceress. They are doing some adulting adventures that are not so fun, I believe. So unfortunately, they will not be with us. But they will be with us in spirit. So, without further ado, we are going to meet the people, the players, and the players of the people, which we'll start off with our Aladrin Ranger.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on those time zones. My name is Eggs Benny, and today I will be playing the Aladrin Ranger, Varys Bestfell. Today's quote comes from William Arthur Ward. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails.
I like it. Let's hop over to Daddy, our human warlock.
I thought Daddy was Lennis.
I don't know. Look, I just said it. Alright, we're moving on.
Hello, I am Dusky Bee, and I'm playing the one, the only Maxwell Belmont. And my quote was actually found by Ray. But it is...
Sell out.
Memories, even your most precious ones, fade surprisingly quickly. But I don't go along with that. The memories I value most, I don't ever see them fading. This is from... I'm gonna butcher this name. Kazuo Ishiguro from Never Let Me Go.
Nice. I like it. Let's hop over to our tiefling fighter.
Hello, everybody. It is your friendly neighborhood Ness, and I play our tiefling fighter barbar, Aspen Lacuna. My quote today comes from somebody who just has their initials, so NK, and it is a small poem. I really want to hug you, not just for a few seconds and you pat my back. I want you to hold me, squeeze your arms around me, and pull me closer than you ever thought humanly possible. I want my face buried in your chest. I want to know your scent like my own. I want you to slowly rub my back and kiss my forehead, and when I think you're going to pull away, you hug me tighter. I just want to hug you for a really, really long time.
Aww. Let's swing over to our Elven Ranger.
Hello. My name is Naren, and I will be playing our Elven Ranger, Fiora. My quote today comes from the TV show Black Sails and Captain Flint. They paint the world full of shadows and then tell their children to stay close to the light, because in the darkness there be dragons. But it isn't true. We can prove that it isn't true. In the dark, there is discovery, there is possibility, there is freedom in the dark once someone has illuminated it.
Ominous. And then we have our human cleric.
Hello everyone, I'm English Ray and I played a human cleric at Serona. My quote today was found by Ness. And
So
it is... I give credit. And it is by Sappho. There is a moment when I look at you and no speech is left in me. My tongue breaks and then fire races under my skin. And I tremble and grow pale, for I am dying of such love, or so it seems to me.
I feel like that's sad. Alright, everybody, hello. I will be your dungeon daddy. Master. Today we I'm Sorrow, and mine is from, I know who it's from. It's from Bruce Lee. You will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you. The power is sitting back and observing everything with logic. If words control you, that means everyone else can control you. Breathe and allow things to pass. And so we are going to get started on today's 20 Sides of Failure. If you don't know what happened last week, well, we have a YouTube. Things were posted. Apparently not for me, but for everyone else could see them. I don't know why I could see them. I was blocked from my own channel. Makes sense. So if you haven't watched it yet, slightly on you. So you should go watch it. And if you have gone watch it, well, look at you. I'm proud of you. I'm pat on the back and to the clap of the back of the head just to make sure you stay in line. So, the party, unfortunately, and or fortunately, did survive the large Medusa or the Demogorgon, but were unable to get any of the treasures. But they did succeed in saving the little displacer beast kit, who I am very surprised did not try to keep it. So, kind of surprised there. But the party went back. Some nice things were... What's up, Poon? Some nice things were said. Some other nice activities were done amongst a few, and unfortunateness for other people who had to almost experience of those things. But we basically start this session off as the start of the next morning. You all wake up incredibly early, knowing you have to head out to be able to set aboard onto the Quiet Recompense. Hang on, I think I have to do something with Twitch because things are stupid. What are you guys doing while I'm doing this? What are you all doing this fine morning? It's quite early. The sun has not yet risen. Anybody?
First thing
Reading.
Aspen does, I guess, is to get changed into more appropriate clothing. Because his current, leathers aren't really suitable for, I guess, sea travel. So I would say if there's a changing screen, then he goes behind there. If not, he just waits for Ermid and Lennis to get going before he changes into the ancient Kamoy clothes that were given to him. And instead of the cutout still being there, he used the patch of, cotton to sew up the opening in it, so it's not going to give him weird sunburn. And he ties his hair back with a red bandana, so it's not all in his face. He tries to weave it around his horns in a way to where it doesn't, catch on the fabric. But yeah, he gets everything going and waits for everybody downstairs.
Fiora would probably just grab a bite to eat, just because she's got really nothing better to do and nowhere else to go.
That's easy enough. There are a few sailors that are awake, people getting ready to go. There's a large pitcher of coffee that's just kind of out. People can just pour it for themselves as they see fit. You guys are welcome to have it. There's already bread and butter, eggs that are kind of put out. Just things that need to be pre-prepped because they're going to use being a port town and port tavern. This is a standard hour for people to be getting up and heading out. Was there anything people wish to do before meeting up downstairs and heading out to Dock 7?
Aspen did want to ask Varys a question last night, but she was a little bit busy. So once we're all downstairs and grabbing food, he kind of comes up and tugs on her sleeve gently to get her attention.
Yeah. One arm just like holding a plate of food, the other arm just like shoving stuff in a bag. Just quite happy to turn around and look.
Aspen has a little bit of nervous energy about him. His tail is kind of constantly moving. And he's kind of picking at the skin of his thumbs before he looks up and just kind of asks Varys in a little bit of a quiet voice, trying not to really be heard by everyone else. Do you, need anything specific before, the transformation happens?
Immediately puts down the plate of food, as this is a decently serious topic of conversation. She will look to Aspen, take the hand that he's been picking at, and just kind of hold it loosely in hers. In all honesty, I think we've already made all the preparations that we can. Because while knowing the theory is one thing, going through it is another, and I don't know what to expect. It's going to be a new thing for everyone. But it's good that the captain is already aware of the situation. It means that they can also help if needs be.
Aspen kind of bites the inside of his cheek a little bit and is kind of just giving Varys this very intense look. And it's a little hard to read, but it's definitely concern is the most prevalent emotion, I guess, that kind of pierces through the mask. That's very fair. I just don't know if, would you want food or, blankets or anything to make it more comfortable? Just something to ease the pain, I guess.
There's this moment of I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. Varys is obviously listening to you and listening to your thoughts, your concerns. Then you see like her eyes almost glaze over as she is there 1 second and gone the next.
Mm-hmm.
And it is almost like this dissociative moment of she looks like she gets a little lightheaded, looks like she is like nodding, almost half asleep, and then comes back partway through. And goes, I'm so sorry, could you repeat the last bit?
When Varys kind of like snaps back out of the dissociation, Aspen is just looking at her with this very soft look of concern, where his eyebrows are kind of crinkled and his mouth is set into a kind of hard line. He pauses for like a second or two before he speaks and he kind of gives her hand a soft, like, 3 squeezes or so. I was wondering if you would like anything soft, to keep with you. Or maybe some food. I have jerky. I thought it might make you a bit more comfortable.
There's again, there's a soft smile that goes back in return. As much as I appreciate the thought and the concern, I'm going to spend the entire night hogtied wearing a muzzle. If you would like me to have something to put on the floor, I'll happily accept it, but I won't have the capacity to really eat.
Varys
Plus,
can... Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
fully planning on having Bella make me unconscious for most of the night anyway.
Varys can see the, like, the action of the very uncomfortable swallow, where it's like Aspen is kind of making himself be okay, is the best way I can say it. Where he understands that his concern isn't really going to help at the moment. They've done basically everything they can. So he's kind of just, like, trying to step back from that, like, emotional state into a more level-headed space. He gives her a nod and a very wobbly smile. I understand. I wish I could do more to help. I don't like knowing that you're in pain, or I don't know the right word, but it doesn't sit well with me.
I think at that point, Varys will become a bit sterner as she kind of forces Aspen to look at her. If at any point tomorrow you become uncomfortable, I would rather you leave. And before you try to tell me that, no, you'll be fine, you'll push it down, that's exactly the problem. If you start to feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable, uneasy, any of those emotions, go and find Maxwell and take an hour to recuperate. I'd rather you be in top form than worried about me.
Aspen's jaw kind of shakes a little bit in Varys's hand. And there's a very fast flicker of emotions in his eyes before the mask of, soldier, of taking orders kind of covers it. And he just gives her a very solid nod.
Right. Food. And then, and Varys will specifically lean to, look out the window to be there, okay, it's this time. We realistically need to get going. Food, and then out the door.
Okay. We should, probably grab some food and just eat on the way then. It's, good to be there early, just in case.
Is there anything else people wish to do? Very
Sorry, I was eating a chip.
okay, so there is.
Mhm. I'm making sure everybody is up and everybody has got everything. And while we're walking, again, everybody seems to want to have sidebars of Varys today. Um, I know there's not much that I can do, but I just want you to know if you want it removed, I have 2 spells prepped. And tonight, because it's gonna happen,
It's not happening tonight, it's happening tomorrow night.
moon dependent.
Mm.
Just holds up a hand like moon dependent. um, do you want me to cast silence around you so that the others don't hear the potentially screams?
I mean, you can, but doesn't silence only last for a small amount of time?
Excellent question. Yeah. I mean, it lasts for 10 minutes, but I can keep casting it.
I would rather you put your energies and focus elsewhere. But if it gets to the point that using your own judgment you believe it to be useful, then feel free.
Okay. Is there anything more that I can do for you?
Realistically, no. A lot of it's already prepared and ready.
Okay.
I appreciate the offer.
No worries. Also, I have water work prepared because I know you're not a fan of water.
It's not that I'm a fan, dear, it's that I literally can't swim. But it's always fun. Fun to try, anyway.
But it is prepared in case anything happens.
Which is fair enough.
Right, I'm gonna go because I think Aspen is threatening to bite Linus again.
Well, I figured this was happening. I figured this was a walking, talking happening. So yeah, we just look over and like Aspen's threatening to bite Lennis.
Okay, if we're doing this, then it's more Lennis is like walking and Aspen is coming up like behind him, and it's the thing of where you can tell a cat is about to pounce before they actually do. He's got the very like his eyes are like squinted and his tail is flicking and his like muscles are bunching like he's about to jump on his back.
Stay away from me. You can see he's like constantly like he's now walking backwards. Like, I'm not giving you my back. Screw you. Go away. Stop it.
I just want to give you a hug.
No.
It's just a normal hug.
I
There's
don't
no
like
teeth
social
involved.
interaction.
You're gonna trip!
I'd rather trip and fall to my death again.
Don't worry, I won't bite you this time. What?
You know
I
what
didn't
else
say
is
that.
death?
The streets feel a little bit different at this hour. It's a little less crowded, a little less guarded. You can see just sailors moving about their day as shadows stretch longer into the lantern light as you make your way towards the harbor. Ahead, the docks are coming alive and into view. Ships silhouetted against the dim horizon, their masts cutting into the faded darkness. Crew members moving with purpose, hauling ropes, checking lines, prepping for departure. It's a very focused morning. As you continue towards Dock 7, the ship rests low in the water, its frame a bend of sleek design and reinforced cargo structure. a vessel built for speed once, now carrying the weight of trade and travel. Lanterns hang along its sides, casting warm light around the deck as crew members move with practiced efficiency. You can see the captain stands near the game plank, arms crossed, watching the final preparations. As you begin to approach, you can see he looks over to you and kind of gives a nod, and he kind of has that quiet voice to him. Right on time. Get aboard. We sailed with the tide. As you each one by one step onto the ship, immediately feeling the sway in the bow and the move of the ship into the water. You're shown where to throw your bags, where to put your stuff below deck, where your hammock will be. As you go up, you begin put to work. As lines are cast off, ropes are tied or untied and moved, gangplank pulled up. As the ship begins to slip away from the dock. So a moment is brief and quiet while the ship simply drifts away. And then the sails are let go as they catch the air. Canvas snaps as the wind fills them and the ship begins to move, slow at first, then steady. The dock begins to pull away. And I lost where my notes were. Hang on 1 second. There you go. Althea shrinks slowly behind you as lanterns begin to be outglowed by the sun. The horizon is glowing with the first light of dawn. You are no longer docked, and you are heading out to the ocean. The morning settles in fully as the coastline stretches out beside you, slowly fading as the hours pass. The rhythm of the ship takes over. The steady creak of wood, the pull of the sails, the endless motion of the ocean beneath your feet. Crew members moving with practiced ease, adjusting lines, calling out quiet orders, keeping vessel on course. The air is fresh but salted, open, untouched by the weight of city. As the lamp disappears beyond the horizon, there's a shift, subtle, the kind you feel more when you're at sea. The world around you just becomes nothing but ocean and sky. No walls, no roads, no land, no easy way back. Just water and whatever lies ahead. The first person you're going to be interacting with as you first entered on board is going to be the first mate, Lyra Then. It appears to be half-elf female, tall, broad-shouldered, sun-browned with ash blonde hair tied in a tight braid. A long scarred cuts through her left eyebrow. She's not super talkative, but you can tell she's very watchful. Hi, welcome aboard. That's not her accent. Hi, welcome aboard. Put your stuff down below. You'll find a name on a pole next to your hammock. As soon as you're done with that, come on board and you'll be put to work. Find Rusk Talvin. He'll help you.
And we get the name spell?
Yes. So, it's gonna be first mate Lyra then. Hang on. For chat who wants to know, it's Lyrathenn.
Would I be able to get this description of Rusk to make it a bit easier to find them?
She kind of gives a nod, realizing she's been on the ship longer. Young, wiry, sandy hair, with a crooked nose. It's hard to miss him. It's always chewing something. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, just following instructions. Head below deck. Find that hammock.
Alrighty.
Aspen offers the sunblock to both Aramid and Varys.
Thank you.
You see Lennis just look at his pale skin, look up, look back at it, like, really? Fine. No, it's fine. No, no. You see, sees you take notice. He just puts his hand, just walks past you.
He is lightly tanned.
He is lightly tan. He's making an ass of himself.
Yeah.
And
Varys
Fiora
would
pale
slip-
too.
Oh,
I
then
think Varys would slip hers to Fiora. She needs it more than she does.
Thank you. She would
anyone who wants sunblock, I have sunblock. Come get your sunblock. Ding, ding, ding.
Remember to put the valuables in the waterproof bag.
Oh, way ahead of you. It's
Yep.
already in there.
Yep.
What you go down board to throw your stuff as you kind of come up aboard. You do find Talvin, a human male. You can see very, very wiry. Has that sandy kind of blonde hair. That nose looks like someone's like crossed him across the face, and it's just permanently healed that way. As he goes, you're the new people.
Yeah, hi.
Yep, not real talkative bunch. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Hi to you
Good
too.
morning.
Yeah, morning. Alright, you ever been on a ship?
Yes.
All of you?
Looks to Fiora.
Fiora shakes her head no.
Well, that's
Most.
more than I was expecting anyways. And with that, he'll just start giving each of you individual jobs. Fiora, you kind of... Just because right now is not the time with first setting off into the sea, he sends you down with the cook to kind of help just prep like kind of meals, make sure that things are tied down below. While the rest of you are going to make sure the mast is being taken care of, everything's tied down, things of that kind of nature. I'm not going to go super in depth because I don't know boats and like that, but use your imaginations. Alrighty. There's that. Sorry, I'm trying to move. The first day goes on relatively uneventful. The beating of the sun does catch up to some of you. The sunblock does definitely help, but it's still that being out in it all day, trying to get your sea legs. Everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw, actually.
Are we within 10 feet of Lennis?
No. I'm going to say no. He's up on the mast.
He's up on the mast!
He's way out there in the crow's nest.
Boy, you can't see shit. Get down.
Alrighty, let's see. Yep, that's accurate for Fiora. Everybody is
Yeah, it
fine
really
except
is.
for Fiora. Fiora, you are seasick. You are hanging over the edge of the railing, just spilling your guts. Anything you had this morning, just gone.
And Aramid was worried about her getting a caffeine high. I don't think the coffee is going to be in her stomach long enough.
What about Arabella?
Oh, I need a roll. Thank you. Constitution saving throw. Okay, Arabella's also struggling a little bit, but not nearly as bad. You needed a 10 or more, so she's close, but... other than the extreme sickness from Fiora, the first day goes by fairly simple. Nothing to write home about. The sea is beautiful. The sky is blue. The winds are strong. This is about a... I did the actual math, by the way, guys. It's going to be about 4 to 6 weeks of travel. So
Holy crap.
yeah, it's for I looked up like distances and how like geography or whatnot. This type of like on this type of boat and stuff like that. It's gonna be like 4 to 6 weeks. So keep that in mind. The first day goes without anything noticeable. Is there anything people wish to do this night before heading on to the next morning?
I think the only thing that Varys would do that would be out of the thing of, oh, I'm doing my job on the ship, is she's specifically going to introduce herself to every single member of the crew.
Okay.
And if they don't know why, then that's fine. But the ones that know, they know why.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well then I will list out all the members then. So you already have met Captain Voss. You have met first mate Lyra. You will meet the navigator Pelin Mar, who is a gnome male, small, sharp face with constantly inked fingers, thick round lenses strapped over his eyes. Always has his head in some sort of map. You have the helmsman Doric. 3 knots is his nickname, or his real name is Doric Halv. Human male, heavier set, bald, got a braided beard tied into like 3 knots. Will not explain them if you ask. That's what it is. Thick forearms, smells faintly of oil. You've met Rusk Talvin, sorry. You have Mela Sorn, tiefling female. It's a deep red skin, black curled horns swept back close to her skull, and golden eyes that really stand out. She keeps her tail wrapped around her waist while anytime like she's actually like working, so pretty much at all times. Brannick Holt, human male, broad, thick-necked, shaved head with old rope burns across both palms. He's missing 2 fingers on his left hand. Ivan Kor, a half-orc male. You can see he's a green-gray skin, tusks filed down short. Keeps his hair tied back into a rough knot. One ear is torn off. You can tell it wasn't cut. It's like jagged. Below deck, Fiora, you'll be working with this one. You have the cook, Halja, which her nickname is Mother. Dwarf female, short, heavy set with tightly braided black hair streaked with silver. Arms thick with muscles, and always has some sort of ladle, either in her hand or strapped to her hip. They do have a doctor, which is Elric Vane, another human male, pale, gaunt, with sunken eyes, neatly combed dark hair, wears gloves pretty much all the time, you will notice. You have the quartermaster Seiya Vire. It's a human female, olive skin, dark curls, cut short, always has a ledger tucked under one arm. You can see it has a ring on every single finger. You have the guys down in cargo, which is Thomas Greel, human, male, thin, hunched with some sort of like kind of permanent squint, patchy beard, wears layered clothing regardless of the heat of all you kind of feeling. Then you have, last but not least, also into the cargo, Neris Vale, elf female. She's pale, almost gray-toned skin, long white blonde hair, and distant, unfocused eyes. She moves very quietly.
The introduction to all of them is the exact same. It's literally, I thought it best to go around and introduce myself. My name is Varys. And the assumption is that the captain has told the specific people that need to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So she's introducing herself to be like, hello, I'm the problem.
I am the cargo.
Yeah, but with everyone else, it just comes off as oh, I'm literally just being polite and introducing myself to the people I'm going to be spending the next 2 months with.
Mm-hmm. Most
I'm
people
not expecting,
have...
yeah.
It's very short, and you'll assume that maybe you'll get to know some of them better later on. But everybody's just like, "Yep, this is my name," and the rest is just you making visual observations.
Hmm. Oh yeah, it is literally like for the majority of the crew, it's just a hi, my name's Varys. Oh, your name is this? Okay, clock it, move on. But for people like the first mate and the quartermaster and the doctor, I'm assuming that they have been told something by the captain. So unless they say something, she's not going to push it. But it is very much the thing of, hello, I'm here to introduce myself.
No one gives you any inkling that they know something, so either they're used to something of just like, hey, I'm told stuff that I'm not supposed to know, or they don't know. It's kind of hard to tell for them, but you don't really get any specific reactions.
No, fair enough. In that case, then the day is just spent. If someone says this is your job, she will do it to the best of her ability.
It's easy enough to do. Airmaid, you introducing yourself to the surgeon, as everyone kind of calls him, whether it be a surgeon or not. It's more of just kind of the doctor. Elric, he looks to you. He goes, "I appreciate it, but I do hope no one needs any more assistance than typical."
Then to what, sir? You cut out.
Than the typical.
Well, Mary and Amy, second pair of hands. Heaven forbid nothing happens, but I'm here if you need me.
You're very kind. Thank you. It kind of like has an awkward
I can
smile.
grow back limbs.
Kind of looks at you and goes, "That may come in handy." It has like this. You know those people who are socially awkward and they like smile at like very weird times and like they don't really know exactly how to smile. That's basically him, and he kind of smiles because we have lost fingers and toes on multiple occasions.
I mean, I can fix that. I would only be able to do like one person a day, though.
Maybe you'll have to ask the crew. Most of them feel like it's earned.
Okay, well. Like I said, I'm not gonna step on your toes. But if I did, you know where to find me.
And just has that weird smile and just kind of gives that nod.
Okay, Doc, I'm gonna leave you be.
Okay, thank you.
Goes back onto the deck.
Is there anything people wish to do for this day before we start into the next morning?
I would say, Aspen would ask specifically, probably the quartermaster, if anything, just if he can do a little lap and see just where everything is on the ship, just so he knows specifically if they need anything, and also to like scope out the brig that they're gonna put Varys in.
He kind of gives you this look. Sorry, not he, she. My apologies. She kind of gives you this look. You can like see like she kind of her arms are crossed and she like does that like kind of piano with her fingers as they go one by one by one. You hear the rings tap against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't take anything that you're not supposed to.
Aspen will just, small bow. He is very polite, and he doesn't really talk unless it's really necessary to anybody else. So he just does a quick trip, just making sure he knows where everything is, sees where the cannons are, sees where the ammo is, sees where the gunpowder is, all of that jazz. reorientates himself and then just immediately goes back to work.
Easy enough to do. Anything else people wish to do? Alrighty then. Each of you will take a shift at night. It's 2 at a time, so whether it be two of you or you and one of the other ship members, you'll be out on the deck, making sure things are tied down, keeping an eye out for any type of enemy ships, things, and just to be out on the lookout while everyone else sleeps. It's a bit of a rough night for some of you. Some of them are a little bit more easier, used to this sort of thing, but a long rest does find each of you in some way, shape, or form. You get used to the humming and the vibrating of the ship and the noises it makes, slowly but surely. As you guys wake up, some of you feel a little bit more of a weight today, knowing that tonight something more may or may not be happening. A change. Could be for the worse, it could be for the better. But again,
And I can see the party.
go ahead.
Since we took another long rest, everyone except for Arabella will be getting 7 plus 5, so it'd be 12 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Just in case for tonight.
But you are given orders, you are given food. The food that Mother makes. Breakfast, it's sausage and potatoes. That's it. There's nothing more. You have your protein, and then you have your potato. When lunch rolls around, it is potatoes and fish. When dinner comes around, it is pork, and you believe it, potatoes. Potatoes is potatoes and some sort of protein is what is given to you throughout this day. You realize this is probably what you're getting for the next month and a half. But there's nothing people wish to do. We are going to move on to the evening into night. Why is my computer lagging? Hang on. As night begins to fully rise above you, the ship... Oh, hang on. Let me do one thing. I need to find it. One second. Nope. Okay. The ship moves slowly and steadily. The ocean calm enough that motion feels almost gentle, just the quiet rocking back and forth. Most of the lanterns below deck have been put out. Only the light comes from the moon and slips through the cracks, faint and pale, casting narrow lines across the floor walls. It is a clear, almost perfectly clear night. The ship shifts slightly with the movement, sliding back and forth. Everything dark and quiet. Varys?
Before the sun even sets, she's already in the brig.
Okay.
She's not taking any chances in terms of timing. The leash is attached to the back of the muzzle in a position that it can't be grabbed at or clawed at, as per instructions. The muzzle is attached behind the head. All hair is moved out of the way so that it can be tightened securely. And she makes sure that it is loose enough where there's room to grow. But there's not much room. Depending on who's brave enough, she is going to lay stomach down on the floor, put her arms behind her, and raise her ankles to her wrists. Someone is going to have to hog-tie her.
Maxwell will do
Well-
it.
Before you do. Where is it? Where is it? Oh no, did I not prepare it? I would have prepared it. Because we quickly changed from one day to the other.
What is it?
Enhance ability, so I could. Because it would be sleight of hand, so I would choose dexterity that he'd get advantage on.
I'll allow it.
I would also say that Aspen would lay down one of his blankets on the floor for Varys. Just so she's not like her face and chest aren't just gonna be close to the probably not the cleanest floor. So she has a soft blanket underneath her.
It's very much appreciated because even before the muzzle goes on, she strips off every bit of clothing that isn't necessary.
Mm.
So she's wearing like a bandeau for the sake of privacy and then underwear. But that is literally it.
We're still going with Aspen and Maxwell taking shifts, like outside the door, right?
Mm-hmm. And then
Okay,
Bella
cool.
inside the door.
Cool beans. All right.
As a transition to the morning, Varys has become her summer configuration. So it's green, like the joking thing of when people say like, oh, their skin looks like olive oil. No, her skin actually looks like pressed olive oil. Dark brown, straight, just pulled up into a really tight ponytail. A stern, calm expression on her face as she just positions herself in a way where her shoulders aren't going to pop out of their sockets, hopefully, but she still will be restrained with whatever Max does.
And it was for a hog tie, so Maxwell is just gonna go try to hog tie Varys.
Roll me a sleight of hand check for the night, and I would like it for it to be a blind GM roll, please. Okay. You've made the knot. You've hog-tied Varys.
As a test run, can I try and break the knot
Yeah.
just as I am now? Mm-hmm. I
Or
don't believe I am.
Strength.
Vision.
ah,
I think it is just a straight strength to
Yeah.
break it.
I agree.
So, at the moment, that's just this.
Would have laughed
So-
if you just rolled a natural 20 right there.
The knot holds.
Fair enough. Satisfied. Not hold.
Yeah, you're unable to maneuver.
In preparation for Maxwell's watch, he's going to be putting all of his gear and everything into the bag of holding and keeping that on hand.
Okay.
Before Varys fully places like the bit in her mouth, she would have said to Bella, there is the possibility because of the pain that she might teleport as a panic response. And as soon as that happens, she needs to be shot.
She gives a nod. Understood.
And to be fair, we've already gone through the plan with Bella, so she's very aware that it's
Yeah.
the thing of like, oh no, you're shooting anyway, but you're especially shooting if there's a teleport.
Don't miss if you teleport.
But yeah, bit goes in the mouth. Face.
What's worse than a raging werebear? A teleporting raging werebear.
Sorry.
I mean, technically, because of the build we've chosen, I can still teleport as a hybrid.
That's
That is
terrifying.
terrifying.
Mhm.
But I can only do it once a day, so once it's done, it's done.
Imagine werebear breaks out, one person's hiding in a closet, then bam, werebear, you're in a closet.
You're hiding from the werebear in a closet. Another werebear is hiding with you from themselves in the closet.
It's a beautiful time. But yeah, I imagine it almost like the scene from Prometheus when Charlize Theron first gets out of the deep sleep tube, where she's eyes focused, looking in the camera, just doing push-ups on the floor. It's a very similar angle cinematically, but it's Varys just facing forward, giant muzzle around her head, and she's just eyes staring forward and heavy breathing.
Do we know who's taking first watch, technically, between Maxwell and I?
Maxwell will.
Okay. Then Aspen is just gonna be like sort of out. He's very much out of sight. He's still nearby because he's too anxious to not be, but he is like underneath the stairs or something or other, in a way where like Max won't know that he's nearby, but he's stationed nearby just in case. He's not going very far.
Ahmed is there too, and I've just realised now that I've been muted this whole fucking time.
Mhm.
Fiora would probably be there too to like show support.
So there's three of us underneath the stairs.
I'm gonna say this now, Ahmed is staying awake the whole night.
All right.
I will take the level of exhaustion.
Everybody else.
I don't think Aspen will be able to sleep even if he wanted to, just from a straight character standpoint. So he's probably not going to get much sleep. He might get like micro sleeps, but nothing substantial.
Okay.
Fiora would
Oh, go for it.
Fiora would probably try to stay awake, considering she doesn't need as much like trance time and everything, so she'll just take her trance time later in the night.
Maxwell will be doing two things. First of which is he is not sleeping this night. Second of which is whenever he's taking his first watch, he's going to actually slip into the room with Varys. And he's going to be keeping his watch in there.
Inside.
Just in case things need to be adjusted.
Yeah, Emma's not gonna let you go in there alone.
Well, it's his watch. You wouldn't know. You'd be going.
I'm staying awake.
You are. You're staying there the whole time.
I'm staying
That is
awake
right.
the whole night.
That is accurate.
Just very quick, like very gently puts a hand on your arm and whispers, like, "If you go in there, I'm going in there with you. You're not gonna do this alone."
Would you do me a favor?
Depends on the favor.
Would you actually stay outside? Because if worst case scenario, we might need Lennis to wrestle a bear.
I'm assuming Lennis has gone to the hammock, has he?
He'll probably be there for the beginning, and then like he'll take his watch whenever it's his time.
Okay.
So he's here for now, for the initial.
Okay. I will stay by the door then, so I can poke my head out and grab him.
Fair enough.
Alrighty. Varys.
I think seeing the door open, immediately her head flicks to the door, because, like, that's not the plan. Who the fuck is coming in the room? And then seeing Max come in the room, like, there's still this wide-eyed stare of, like, what the fuck are you doing in the room?
No. I know. It's just in case if anything needs adjusted.
Oh, she can't speak. She's got the bit in her mouth, so
Yeah.
you're
I am
just there.
aware.
Okay.
But you would see that, like, almost immediately, tears are starting to well up in her eyes, because it's like, no, I don't want you here.
Seeing that, he will hang his head a bit. And give a nod. Head back outside.
You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because it's summer, the moon doesn't actually rise for a good while. So there's a couple of hours of anticipation building.
And
But as the
Ed
moon
did bring
rises,
coffee.
as the moon rises, sunset. I'd say Ahmed hits it just because of passive perception. There's a shift. Like you can hear leather creaking as it does when it's moved and put tension on. And you can
I think-
hear the sound of... As part of your medical training, you know what it sounds like when someone is screaming around something that they've put in their mouth.
I think out of instinct, Ahmed kind of like grabs onto Max's arm and just looks at him.
at this point in time,
It-
Maxwell is just going to start perceiving through Bella's eyes.
Okay.
Tell us what you see.
Varys's spine has gone concave. She was already hog-tied, so in a bit of a crescent moon shape, but it has extended even further as the muscles in her back have become taut. She is purposefully staring forward. It seems that she's picked like a knot in one of the wooden boards and is just staring at it. But tears are rolling down her cheeks and she is screaming.
Want me to cast silence?
D's muted, so.
Oh,
I don't think Maxwell can hear you as of right now because he's perceiving through Bella.
Mm-hmm. At this moment, it's an equivalent level of like a woman going through labor. Like, it's obviously pained, but it's more like calling out over the pain. And then through Bella's eyes, you watch as something snaps. Like, through Bella's ears, you hear bone crunch. The spine comes even further into an angle as a shoulder blade dissipates. The ridges of her spine, like, you can see it moving, truncating, expanding as her body is being forced like clay into this new position. At one point, the muscles in the spine finally relax enough for her to sag forward, but even then, the breathing is heavy, the panting is coming thick and fast, and all Bella can see is a little bit of respite until it happens again. Shoulders broaden, shoulder blades widen, her entire physiology is changing, ripping, remolding, and she is screaming in agony. But she's still human at this point. She's feeling everything being ripped apart at a cellular level and being forced and knitted back together. The bit is still technically between her teeth, but only because she's forcing her mouth to stay clenched. Everything else is just a primal scream of every bit of pain she is going through, the sadness, the worry, it's all coming out in this guttural, throat-ripping sound. That now it's not just Ahmed that can hear it. It's loud enough that anyone on the other side of the door can hear her screaming.
I think at this point Ahmed would cast silence.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, as soon as the screams are like able to be heard from outside the door, Aspen's entire body goes rigid and his face just completely drains of color. His jaw is set tight and his hands are shaking around like the hilt of the sword on his hip. And he's kind of just staring blankly at the floor, but he looks absolutely terrified.
Ahmed would hug Aspen. It's like, she's gonna be okay. She's strong. She'll get through this.
Aspen doesn't really acknowledge the affection more than just like a slight tip of his head, just kind of like resting on hers. His body is, his muscles are tight, like he's forcing himself to stay in place, and he's just trying to keep that mask on, trying not to crack under the pressure, just trying to stay there and be supportive as much as he can, just in case. But it's, Airmaid can see the horror just behind his eyes, and he just kind of barely gives her a nod of acknowledgement.
I think I'll leave it up to the party to decide what's worse, in the sense of you were hearing this screaming, and then suddenly you hear nothing.
I know as soon as the silence starts, I'm not sure if Maxwell would be caught in that either, because he's right outside the door. But,
Depends on the size of the break.
yeah,
What's the radius? It's 120
20
20 foot
feet.
radius. That's distance. The
sorry,
radius is 20 foot.
20 foot. Hang on. I want to be accurate with you guys. So...
It also says I don't have to say it, it just says a point I choose in range.
Tell me how that's prevalent. Sorry.
Because of Emma having been in a room, she knows roughly where Varys is and would try to center it on her.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so that's that. 20 foot. No, it wouldn't get you guys. It would just be Varys.
Fair enough. But everyone who's in that room then would see Maxwell kind of
Wait,
curl
are
up
you
more.
you're outside the room or you're
Yeah.
inside the... Yeah, okay. Then
Maxwell's outside of Varys' room, inside
Okay.
the room with everyone else.
Yeah, then my statement still stands.
But he would be pretty much sinking down more into not so much a fetal position, but kind of like sitting back against the door, hands wrapped around his own legs, as you will see him still sitting up, but tears running down his own eyes.
Emmett would kneel before him and just gently take his hands and just gives him a gentle squeeze. It's gonna be okay. First transformations are the worst. And then it gets easier.
You were getting no visual cue that he's picking up anything you're saying.
Yep, because I have no idea that all your senses go when you're in Lily's.
Bella,
Bella.
Lily's gone.
Unless we bring Lily back.
We certainly try.
You want me to divine intervention for that one?
Don't you fucking dare. Continue.
I want to say greedy and say yes, but no. You're doing good with what you're doing now.
Get back on
Don't break
topic.
the cycle.
Being as there's not much that can be done, just pulls out cups and just starts pouring the coffee and just giving it to people.
Is Max still looking through Bella's eyes? Or has he dropped the scent?
He is not dropping that sense.
Okay. You watch as something happens that you weren't expecting, or at least in terms of it wasn't something that was talked of in part of the plan. Varys doesn't become a bear. Like, it isn't a transition from human to animal. Instead, she becomes this twisted, malformed, almost hybrid of the two, where her body is still humanoid, just more muscular, more taut muscle. Her mouth has hyperextended into a muzzle, but the hair is still there. Ears are still human. Muscle moves, rips, tears, realigns, so that her form in general is stronger, hardier. Her nails extend into claw-like talons, ripping for tearing. If anything, it would be easier if she just became a bear. It'd be easier visually to understand that. The monstrosity amalgamation that is in that cage is disturbing. She looks contorted, and it's worse because it looks like her. But due to the silence, you can't hear anything. You can't hear what must be the calls. You can't hear the screams.
For 10 minutes.
You begin to... You can see them thrash against their bonds.
Seeing that,
A caged animal trying to get through.
yeah, Max was ordering Bella to take a shot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack with Bella. Oh, you need her on the map, don't you? Hang on. Does your armor class change or no?
I will need to... No, I'll need to change it because I took all of mine off, so my AC right now is 15.
Alrighty. So...
Does Bella get advantage or just straight roll? Because
Restrain does not give you advantage against your attack for a range.
So then prone. So they
Oh, I
have
thought it did.
disadvantage.
Yes,
I thought-
technically. But because the restrain... I'm gonna... For ranged, I'm pretty sure it's all melee. I have it up right here. Hang on. Restrained. A restrained creature speed becomes 0. Hang on. Why is that being stupid? Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Oh, so it is entirely. So you would be a straight roll because they're prone and blah, 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 blah. So just straight roll.
Fantastic.
Straight roll that shit. Oh my
Hilarious.
gosh!
That is befitting.
Okay, so now what? Roll a d4.
I
This is
swear to
whenever
God.
Bella accidentally hurts herself and knocks herself
I
out.
need her to roll me a Constitution saving throw and
Oh,
roll
Jesus
damage.
Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Can't you just resummon her?
let's.
Okay, she's fine.
Okay, but roll damage. That might not.
It does 1 damage.
Oh, so she has 1 HP now.
No, she has 12 temp HP.
Oh, it says you only. Oh, we haven't edited it because it's still the base stuff. Okay, okay. Oh, that's right. There you go.
I made sure of this.
Go ahead. Well, I will say, because of the things happening, Varys, you go out of the animal instinct to try to break free, and Max, you see you're not. Hold. Go ahead and roll another attack. You're lucky
Make
she has
sure
this
to
12
give-
HP. Yeah.
That's the only reason why one of our party members doesn't get. Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's
10 HP.
insulting. Your familiar who you can resummon doesn't get it, gets it, but not the other one.
It costs 10 gold, and I have less than 4.
Go ahead and roll.
Resummoning Bella is a pain for me.
You poor bitch.
I have gold now. Could have given you some.
Does a 14 hit, Varys?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. So with that,
I'm a class 15.
the arrow flies, and you see it go to strike, and it does hit Varys. Only issue is, like, part of their body that's been contorted, it hits bone and just flicks off. Roll me another strength check. Okay. And your rope still holds. Roll another attack. I'm assuming Bella's not stopping.
Nope, not until they
Yeah.
are unconscious.
Yeah. I will say this is killing you to watch, Maxwell.
Oh,
seeing them
100%.
thrash and just not connecting. That one, it's almost like your turmoil that you're feeling right now, watching through Bella's eyes. You can almost feel like it's making Bella tremble. Like your turmoil is actually transferring over to her. Varys, another strength. Oh. 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 Yeah. So by D&D rules, meets it, beats it. And with that, that last arrow flies and it goes wide, and you're almost getting frustrated to see what's going on. And all of a sudden, you're not. The rope pulls and just snaps apart as the arms go flying outward. And at that moment, your eyes go wide. I'm going to give you one more opportunity before Varys is going to be able to do some sort of movement or action. Roll me another attack. Oh, I thought I
There we
saw
go.
a natural 20. That does hit. Varys, I need you to roll me a
Con save.
Constitution saving throw, though.
AC is 19.
Nope. I'm out.
You failed by more than 5.
And with that, the arms come out wide, the rope breaking. You take a deep breath. You feel Ella's arm steadies. It flies as you turn Varys to go and look towards the door where you know opening, you know freedom is. An arrow strikes and your vision slowly begins to fade.
As for everyone else sees in the room, Maxwell has a face that is still crying, but looks like he's on the verge of just full-on vomiting right now. Of just the sorrow that is going through him.
Emmett is hidden everywhere, so it's like it has a bucket. And just like pulls like a vial of like ginger out of her pocket and just like is wafting that onto your nose. But then also seeing that like Aspen has completely like shut down, and is looking between these two. Like, Lennis, I need you to grab Aspen by the shoulders, firmly, not meanly, but firm, and talk to him calmly. Try to bring him back into the room.
Point in time, Maxwell will go back to his own vision. see Hamid right in front of him. I need more rope right now.
Goes into her bag. Silk or hemp?
Either.
Think both. And actually, I'm gonna come in with you.
No.
What?
No.
No.
Hey.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Hand on
No.
your shoulder. Enhanceability.
Maxwell is going to slip inside because the unconscious only lasts for that 1 minute. Unless they stay asleep. But
And you
Maxwell's
wouldn't want
gonna-
me to come in there to cast Hold Person?
No, I'm just tying them back up because they stay asleep for that minute or unless they take damage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna very gently maneuver them to tie them back up.
You have advantage with dexterity.
All right. Roll me a sleight of hand check. Blind GM roll, please. Okay. The knot feels firm and it feels tighter than it was before, but it's hard to tell.
In time, Maxwell is going to set that small gift that he got for Varys down, not in front of her, not near her, but somewhere noticeable she'll see, ideally in the morning, so somewhere in like direct line of sight, just farther away so it won't get hit or damaged, not out of in the way of them leaving the room, in case that is an inevitability.
That is fair. Alrighty, I'll say based off the roll and everything, you're able to get done in time.
He's gonna slip back outside, take a seat, and then continue to perceive back through Bella's eyes.
Okay. That minute goes. And Varys, your eyes awake again. What do you do?
Going by the rules of the floor, I can't stop.
Roll me
Like
a-
there's nothing
I
there.
know. So, for the sake of time, I'm gonna have you roll 5 times.
One, 2, 3, 4.
That's 5.
Oh, is that 5?
That is 5 there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Alrighty, 11, 17, 13, 18, and 6. Some very good rolls. And with your 18, pulling and struggling as hard as you can. I'm gonna say you struggle so much for so long or so hard. You fatigue yourself so much to where you're just on the ground as the knot holds because Maxwell got a 19. Your last one was an 18. I thought that was gonna hold, buddy.
Not a strong lad, but when it happens.
For those,
Yeah,
yes.
I think if the only thing I will say before fully moving on is that if Max looks through Bella's eyes again, or if anyone looks through the hole in the brick door, they would see there's no personality there. There's no awareness. It is literally just a wild animal trying to buck against restraints. whereas they might have hoped that some of Varys might have been there. There isn't anything.
Is there anything else people wish to do before moving on? Alrighty. With that, those of you who decided to spend the night, the entire night, you will take your level of exhaustion. For those who didn't end up falling asleep, it was rough. It's hard to force yourself to sleep, but it did come. Varys, would you like to describe yourself in the morning as people begin to make their way in?
Much so. She has fallen asleep, suspended by the leash and the ropes that were hog tying her. So she has literally fallen asleep in almost this rocking back and forth motion on her stomach. I think, to be fair, because while this is D&D, clothing still has physics, her transformation will have torn whatever she had on. But she is fully passed out. Like, elves don't need to sleep. She has passed out from exhaustion. And she doesn't even respond when the door opens in the morning.
It's definitely gonna be like either Max or Airmed going in there if she's completely naked, because I don't think anybody else is really appropriate.
She is asleep if you don't know.
Personally, I would not like to see my mother naked, so I'm gonna stay out here.
I'm assuming Varys is back in their Eladrin form,
There they are.
and Maxwell will slip inside if Aramid wanted to come. So be it.
Yep.
But-
Just want to make sure that she's okay. Assess any injuries if there are any.
Yeah. Maxwell will retrieve the gift that he set down, tuck that back into the bag of holding, because Varys is passed out. And he will untie her, get the restraints off her, get the muzzle off of her. Help get her clothed as well.
Are we untying her?
Yes.
Yeah, very gently untying. And obviously there's going to be the rope burn or whatever, so just some cure wounds just to ease it.
I think actually, because of the rules of the lycanthropy, there's nothing.
Oh, cool. Even better. But would just kind of
Other than-
gently
other than
assess
DM's
the wrist and the
discretion.
bones.
Nope, that's fine.
Yeah, because of the rules of lycanthropy and the way that the transformation works. No rope burn. Max, you're more than sure that she dislocated a shoulder at one point, but unwrapping the wrists, like, she's fine.
I'm pretty sure you did a lot worse than dislocating just a shoulder.
Yeah.
If there is anything that's like dislocated or anything. And she's exhausted, right? Not exhausted, she's like passed out.
I'd say
So-
that 'cause she starts to stir when obviously like people are touching her.
It's just us.
So
Would also like pull your hair back a bit more just to make it easier so it's not like sticking to your face.
yeah, she's clammy as fuck. Like
Yeah,
there's
this
just a
isn't
sheen
surprising.
of sweat over the entire thing. If someone could get me a bucket.
Quickly runs out the door, grabs the bucket that Max had and brings it back in. What do you need it for?
Feel gross.
I'm not surprised. Would put like blankets and stuff around her as well, because as I said, you are lacking clothing right now.
Completely. I think the first thing that Max would notice, other than I believe Max does, but whether he thinks of that is a whole different bit. That physically, like in stature, she has more muscle. Like whatever has happened post transformation, while don't get me wrong, she is nowhere near as strong as Lennis or Ahmed. Like there is more to her now. And as she like kind of brings the blanket around her and like covers herself up as best she can, just looks up at you with a very tired smile.
You doing all right?
Want some water?
Of course, would be lovely.
Immediately, water skin tops popped off, handing it over.
And you can, the way that she's talking, like she screamed herself hoarse last night. So waking up is like she doesn't have her full vocal range. That's maybe the only side effect that you can tell that something happened last night. And it goes into just business mode of right, I need to sponge off and I need to get dressed. I can't just sit here naked in a blanket. So starts going about the business of sponging off, trying to feel a little bit more human.
I can do create food and water. It's not gonna be great, but it's nourishing, and then you'll have water to drink and to sponge off with.
I'll take whatever you can get me at this point.
Yep. So create food and water.
Thank you. And she... I'm assuming that Bella is kind of there.
You're still the sentinel, just like in the corner. We're just watching
Yeah.
over.
Just look up at Bella. Thank you. And I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. I was happy to assist.
Now be honest with me, and she'll just take... While one hand is still just almost papping away with a washcloth, the other one grabs Maxwell's hand and squeezes it tightly. Was it as bad as I feel?
You asking Bella or Max?
Max, as she's just gripping his hand.
You want the honest answer, or...?
No, I want you to be brutally, painfully honest.
It was... worse.
So in other words, you are never doing that again. And it's a very matter of fact statement. Like, she's never going to let you do that again.
I'll do it.
I don't expect any of you to do it. The fact that I kept the plan to 2 people was because I didn't want people involved.
Yeah, but we all love you too much to let you do this alone.
And now you're all traumatized.
Not really.
Gestures to Max.
Been through worse.
Gives him a look of like, a very thinly veiled thing of, I don't believe you. But isn't
I
gonna push it.
You'll see the look. I did die before. You did die before. Been
There's
through
one
worse.
thing experiencing it, and the other one witnessing it. I'm sure I looked gorgeous, and attempt at humor when the gorgeous is fully sarcastic, but it's also the thing of like, I didn't want anyone to see that.
I don't know how you looked. Max was very strict and said everybody waits outside. He was the only one who came in when you did break the ropes.
You saying that, I think she sees, like, there is broken rope on the floor. Like, there's no way of denying that.
But it's okay, because we had more. We were prepared.
We try to spend today pretending that last night didn't happen, and then I'll talk to you all about it tomorrow. I'd just like to go to a little bit of normality.
Okay.
It's fine.
Did Max bring Varys's bag down or not?
No.
Her
In that
clothes
case,
from yesterday will be folded up in a corner.
Okay. Yeah. Seeing them, Emma grabs him and just brings them over. It's like, I'm just gonna offer. You can tell me to piss off. Do you need any help getting into your clothes?
No, I'm not exaggerating when I say that actually physically I feel fine.
Just the front? I'm sure the chef's got some honey kicking around or something.
This kind of a ship, no, it'll be bacon grease.
Or
If it's even
potato.
bacon. Oh, or potato starch. Breakfast. And then she just like actually stands up and starts getting into trousers, being like, ooh.
Before you go out there and everybody is there, do you want me to bring Aspen in? He was really worried, and I tried to do my best to make sure he didn't hear the screams, but he did hear them.
In all honesty, I think it's best if he does it on his own terms. Knowing him, he's shut down and in his own mind fortress at the moment.
Yeah, Fiora was with him. I was kind of bouncing between him and Max.
A slow nod.
He is
As-
outside though.
Yeah. Yeah, Faris will just get dressed. Be like, oh, we can all go see him now.
Okay.
I just need to. And she bends in a way that Max probably makes you feel a little bit sick, is without even realizing what she's doing. She just pops her spine.
I am really, really finding right now the medical background in me to give you a spinal assessment.
If you wish. Is there a bench?
Don't have to just. Is she standing or sitting at this point?
Standing.
You just stand straight. We'll just do a very quick spinal assessment, which is literally just feeling down the sides of the spines and the vertebrae. No, it's all good. It's all there and intact.
Good. You can't add paralysis to the list of things.
Sure, I have something up my sleeve for it.
Ugh. Let's go rejoin the world.
Bye. Aspen, where are you?
I would say when Airmed and Max went in to help Varys put herself together, I guess, is the best phrasing. Aspen isn't very far. He's a little bit away from the door, but he has his back, like, very firmly against the wall. And he's kind of just standing there. He genuinely looks like a statue in the sense where he is not moving anything other than his chest, just like breathing. And he's just waiting.
Right. So where exactly are you? My brain stopped.
So if the... Here. Where's the draw tool? Okay, so say the brig is like here.
Mm-hmm.
Aspen is like...
Okay,
or
so the moment you guys get ready to step out into the sunlight, you will see. Aspen, what will they see?
Aspen is just... His ears flick in the sense where he understands that, like, the... What do you call it? The door opens. But he's kind of standing completely still. His hand is gripped on, like, the side of his sword. It's, like, sheathed. So he's gripping the handle pretty tightly. But his eyes are forward and down, where he's not really looking particularly at anything, just kind of standing guard, very stationary.
That's what you see, Varys?
She doesn't have the voice to call across the space, but she will clear her throat with just a two-go cough, like a
Yeah, hearing Varys's voice, it's an immediate, like, his head snaps up in the direction. And his eyes do a once-over, like, just, you know, staring at her face, looking everywhere, just seeing if she's injured, if she's okay, and just kind of, like, his torso turns forward to face her, but he doesn't make any moves because he doesn't know if she's still hurt or anything. He doesn't want to be too overwhelming. So he will just kind of look at her with this face that is both relief and concern, and I don't know how to describe it in any other way than he kind of just looks vaguely haunted. Like, there's just something going on in the back of his head, and it's making him very visibly upset.
Repeating, just for the sake, so that we're all aware, that's not happening again. You're all going to bed.
Kind of just gives her a very confused look.
I mean, not bloody likely, but
Gives him a smile, and then in the very Varys way of, I'm not going to talk about what needs to be talked about. Like, you ready for breakfast?
Aspen will kind of just blink a few times. Like, he's a little confused at the immediate change of topic, but he'll kind of just lick his lips, realizing that they're pretty dried out, and just give her a nod and a small hum of confirmation.
I think her disposition softens at that, and will give her a genuine smile to you, and holds out her hand for you to take.
Yeah. He'll immediately close the space, where she can tell that he's holding back from throwing himself at her, where it's very I am calm, I am composed, I am formal, it's fine. Walking at a slightly faster pace to close the distance. And he just he takes her hand in both of his, and it's very clear that he's not being gentle per se, but he's handling her with an immense amount of care. And his thumb kind of glides over her knuckles, and he just gives her hand a very solid squeeze.
I think she returns the squeeze, and I think that's how Aspen figures out that oh, she's stronger than she used to be.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of his eyes just widen a fraction, but other than that, there's no visual confirmation.
But yeah, I think, yeah, this is the one moment where I'm like, this is what my character would do. Yeah, Varys isn't talking about it. She doesn't want to talk about it. She's just gonna go downstairs to the mess hall and go get breakfast. Even though she's technically already eaten the stuff from Create Food and Water, she's there I want breakfast.
I mean, it is all nourishment, no taste, so fair enough. Also, at the end of that conversation, you have Emma just comes out with the bag. Everything's packed up.
Thank you.
I would definitely say Aspen bristles a little bit when Airmid comes out with the bag. And it's a very visceral reaction where he's not really like doing it on purpose, but it's like a shudder kind of goes down his spine and like the fluff at the end of his tail puffs up.
It's okay. It's all in a bag and it's staying in a bag. Varys, I'm gonna put it in your hammock.
Beautiful, thank you.
I would say he definitely sticks near Varys. It's not so much a like hovering as in like I missed you and I was worried about you, so I am staying by you for comfort. It's less of a mother henning and more of just I am here and I am visibly seeing that you are okay and that you are alive.
Mm. And I think, to be fair, Varys is doing something very similar in the sense of she's holding Aspen close to her, and then on the other side, like, she hasn't let go of Max. Like, wherever Varys is walking, Max is either being dragged along with her, or they are waiting for him to catch up. She hasn't left his side since they were getting ready in the morning.
They're just all tied at the hip. They ain't going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Nope.
Okay. And I want to say, for the sake of time, we're gonna end it on that moment right there. Very nice. We got to see some transformation. We got to start the voyage. Thank you to my wonderful players for joining me this fine night. Thank you, chat, for being with us for this moment. I was gonna say sad, but it's not exactly sad. It's not exactly exciting. It's a little bit of everything. As of right now, I am going to give everybody a heads up, as I forgot to do it a little earlier. We will not have a session on next week, which is May the 1st. I will have family visiting me, so I don't believe I'll be able to join. But we will be here the week after. So thank you to chat. Thank you for my players, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Your boyfriend is definitely not a bitch.
No. Your boyfriend's a bitch.